How do we normally start these? It's different every time.
Today. Yeah. Oh my
Something
God.
like that.
This time, it's different. With Peter and Chris. This time, it's different.
So here's what's going on. It'll be a different start because it's a softer start right now because there's a heat wave in Vancouver right now, and Peter's really affected by it.
Yeah, but you guys have hot temperature too, right? You guys are hot.
But we're just like better.
I think that is the main problem.
Yeah.
I think that problem is that Vancouverites are not better.
You're just so used to the ocean breeze. You're spoiled. Yeah. And it's a stifling soup-like breeze.
Oh, yeah. It gets so soupy out there.
Yeah, it gets soupy and gross. But I mean, in your defense, it doesn't get like 40 degrees, and it's literally 40 there.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up right now. Not stoked.
And we've got a nice stretch of 10-day rain.
No,
so
give us some.
Flipped.
I want some rain.
Here we are. Talking about the weather. What a
hot start.
What a pod.
Hot start to a hard ep. As you can see, I don't know. So folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, all the lights are off. I've got one light on above my camera so you can see my face. I don't even know if that's going to help. Like, light doesn't put out that much heat.
Is that you're thinking that if you turn the lights off, that the room will stay cooler?
I've turned everything off.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
As soon as we're done this, I'm turning my computer off because it's for sure supplying a lot of heat to the room, I think.
It has to be. Your computer? I've seen your rig. You got a big, juicy rig
beast.
over there.
Chris, I've got a beast over here. It's a full beast.
Now, we got a really pretty special episode, I would say, this time. This time, the podcast is different because we have someone who's coming on to roast the podcast. We've had it too good for too long.
Yeah.
We need someone to knock us down a little bit.
And also, you know, because a roast is part knockdown. It's part like super mean content, like really being mean. But then it's the other part is like celebrating how great everything is going.
You wish, dude. I think this guy's gonna lay into us. There'll be no celebrations.
I don't want to lay in. I want it easy. Here's the part I want from the roast. I want the part after where it's like, no. But in all seriousness, Peter, and then 6 compliments in a row.
Oh yeah, no. We'll ask for some compliments at the end.
Can we? If he doesn't, at the end we'll just be like, okay. And in all seriousness, am I right?
Yeah.
Compliment for the podcast.
How about this for a little roast warm up? I'm just gonna try one out.
Yeah.
Because we've started a podcast, right?
Yeah.
A little late to the game, I'd say.
Yeah.
On that.
A
little late in our careers to be starting a podcast, even. So I'd say that our aspirations took off with your hair.
Oh, that's okay, but seriously, right, Chris? But then in all seriousness, Chris,
you're balding.
No. Okay, well, hey, Tintin called. He wants that little frilly piece of shit hair that normally sticks up, but you've got it on your forehead sticking
fair
down.
Enough. Okay, I've got the dangly hair like Tintin. That's very good.
But in all seriousness, Chris,
in all seriousness,
these past 30 episodes, we've lost all our chemistry.
Yeah, we have no rapport anymore. I've just,
I was trying to get
settled on doing a podcast with you.
Yeah, just
like
settled.
Your wife settled with you.
Oh, I didn't know we were still in roast.
I didn't know. See, this is good. You know what? Why don't we get the professional roaster onto the show?
We're gonna need a professional.
I always say put your hands together, but no one's here to do that. Peter,
do it at home.
Put your hands together for Jeff Ross's nephew.
Hey guys.
Hey
guys, and by the way, screw off.
Okay, all right. It's a bit roasty. It's roasty.
So you're Jeff Ross's nephew. What's your name?
Ross.
So you're Ross?
Yep.
Okay. Is Ross short for anything or anything?
Nope.
Nope, just Ross.
Just Ross. Double name. Yeah. That's cool. I mean, I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Wait, you got a dumb name.
Okay.
Sorry, you're a
it's
guest.
Not really.
No, I know you're a guest.
There's usually some sort of like art to the joke.
So
Right.
it was sorry, Ross. It was just it was just like a warm up roast. So it's not like fully
Right.
warmed yet.
I'm just sort of trying to get into the spirit of the roasting as well.
Okay, yeah. It's just like usually it's a little bit more sort of written and not just pure mean.
Pure mean.
I gotta warm up. I could try.
Okay.
So nice for you to get out of the insane asylum to be able to join us for a podcast episode. You look crazy. You look like a crazy person.
Okay. What? Why? What about me?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
There's
Good
a bit
call.
of an
Good
art
call.
to it, for
Yeah.
sure.
There's
Yeah,
a bit of an art to it.
But you come from a long line of roasters. So Jeff Ross is your uncle. That's
Yeah.
how nephew. That's how nephews work. That would make him your uncle. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Does he taught you anything? Like, you're trying to get into the roast game as well?
Yeah.
Well, I'm basically already like a master of the roast game.
Oh,
It
a
kind
master.
of runs in our blood. Our grandfather was a great roaster too, and
What
the
was
whole
his name?
family just gets together and just roasts.
just constant roasting in the family.
Just
Okay.
crazy. Here's a joke actually. We wrote if we have a family barbecue,
Yeah.
we roast and we roast because we roast the food
Yeah.
and we roast each other with insults.
I was actually gonna roast Peter, but you don't roast dough. You bake it.
I'm dull. Like I guess like a fat thing, I guess, or something, or like just like generally soft.
You guys are pretty good. You guys are pretty good actually.
You said your grandfather was big into roasts. And you come from a long line of roasters. I mean, can you tell us like what's the history of roasting? Like, where did it was it like? In my mind, it's like medieval times, like the court jester making fun of the king or whatever. Like, is that kind of like? But what's like the modern history of roasting? Where?
Well, it was basically like, from the beginning of time, you sort of see something about somebody that's kind of stupid.
Beginning of time. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it started in caveman times, actually. In the
Okay.
caves, if you didn't hunt well, then you would have to say, what's wrong with this guy's hunting? He's bad at hunting. Did he... and then you would think of a joke about hunting.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something like
maybe
maybe.
like you could make fun of their drawings and stuff too. Like to be
Yeah.
a caveman and be bad at drawing must have been
Yep.
pretty hard.
It was probably a bit problematic, but maybe they would say like, "Oh, that guy's not a hunter. What is he, a gatherer or something like that?" You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, kind of make fun of his status as a guy, as a
Right.
hunter.
Yeah. We try not to do that kind of thing anymore, but
Yeah, we've
that's
definitely
sort
grown
of-
up since caveman days.
yeah. But that would have been a pretty good one, Peter.
Oh, cool. Okay. Hey, Chris, you look a little bit like a gatherer.
Okay, well that's a bit sexist.
Oh,
No, honestly, we just don't. Yeah,
Yeah, we just don't do it.
we just don't do that.
Good point.
okay. I gave it a shot, Ross. I just thought like it'd be kind of funny to just immediately turn around and call Chris just like not able to hunt.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously
How
we're trying
about,
to
like-
create new gender stuff, but like, it still probably hurts a guy to be told he can't. He's not good at guy
I
stuff.
mean, because to be quite honest, I've never hunted in my life.
Yeah.
I've had friends who would always go hunting in BC. I was never invited.
Yeah.
Sort of this like group of guys they played hockey. You know what I mean? They were hockey players.
They played hockey.
And they would go hunt and stuff, but I was never invited, and they were close friends, and it was hurtful.
Sounds like you maybe were always a little bit more of a gatherer.
Yeah,
It's
funnier when
it comes from the Ross.
it's about the delivery. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're like at the same time you're like, oh, I know that's like it hasn't aged well, but the way he said it kind of brought it back to life.
I mean, that's the thing about me and other roast experts. We say racist things, we say sexist things,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
say
cool,
homophobic
cool.
things.
Awesome.
But always with love.
Right.
Right. Good.
So and is there a trick to making sure that love is in the joke? Is it like a tone of voice thing? Is it a facial expression?
You basically, people have to know that that's your thing.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you can always just say, well, that's my thing. That's what I do.
I'm allowed to be really mean and rude.
Right, because that's my thing.
Right.
And then you always say, it's with love.
At the end of every
There's
time.
no real way to show that, but if you say that, then, you know.
I'm gonna try a really mean one that I wrote on Peter. Maybe you can just tell me if the love is coming.
Taking a lot of hits
the,
today, I feel.
Love is coming across.
I feel like I'm taking a lot of hits.
I think that our podcast is a really great listen. If you like to hear Peter regurgitate an article back about Bitcoin that he skimmed.
I don't know the podcast, so I can't really say.
Peter, on several occasions, has just sort of tried to explain Bitcoin, and I just thought I'd give him a good ribbing about that.
Yeah,
really boring.
I talk a lot. I tend to talk too long. When I edit them later, I'm like, oh, that is Peter still talking? So I mean, it's fair, but also.
I'll try and do a double header one, and I'll rope you in, Ross, to this one. This will be a 2 burns in 1, but with love. Okay. Hey, Ross. You look like you're wearing the wig that Peter wishes he had.
I'm wearing a hat.
Yeah, I know. It's just like I wrote it, but what do you do if you've written the joke beforehand to be? I just imagined you without a hat on, so it sort of threw my whole joke when you had a hat on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm actually also quite bald.
Right. So, but what he's asking is in general. Let's say you write a bunch of roast jokes, you get onto the dais.
If you write it and you're assuming I have a lot of hair, and you get there and I don't, or I'm wearing a hat, then you have to not use that one. That's one of the main tenets of roasting.
So you can't make it up. You can't fabricate. You can't wish that they looked different so that your joke that you wrote would hit better.
No. By the way, speaking of Tenet, I did a roast of the movie Tenet once.
Oh yeah. Let's hear the highlights. What do you got?
Well, I did the whole thing backwards. Nobody could understand a damn word I was saying. Much like the movie.
There it is. Yeah. It's the timing.
But seriously, though, I did have to phonetically learn how to say every word backwards. It was one of the most intensely difficult things I've done in my entire life.
That's pretty cool.
Christopher Nolan was there, so I had to get it.
Oh, yeah, you had to nail it. You had to stick the landing on that.
So, hey, Ross, how long did it take you to learn English words? Because it seems like it's coming along pretty well.
I don't get that one.
Yeah. If I can be honest, Peter, it didn't really hit with me either. And it's because he's been speaking English so well. Like that. What do you mean, how long?
I was kind of going like, he's dumb.
Oh, but even if I was, English is literally the only language I speak.
Yeah, and
I've been speaking to both of you, and you've both been just replying to me as though there's no problem hearing.
Yeah, it's been like 15 good minutes of communication.
Right, so if I were not speaking English properly, there would be no conversation.
It's like I know, but it was like, he's dumb. Like I was saying, you're dumb. Like, how long did it take you to learn English? Because it takes you a long time because you're dumb.
So I think that's a good example of that I fell into.
Yeah.
That trap of you just wanted to say a joke that didn't have any sort of rationale about it, and anything about it was nothing about it was true.
Well, I tell everybody it's a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah. Did you want?
I guess so.
I know that you came here to roast the podcast. It's been pretty roast heavy so far, but did you want to sort of launch into your set?
Why don't I give you a few?
Yeah. Well, we've got to give Ross a proper, welcome to the podium kind of, like, you don't want to say, do you want to just give it a shot?
Yeah, good call. There's got to be a little bit more pomp.
Okay. Yeah, let's get some pomp going on.
Okay, so
welcome to This Time It's Different, and welcome to the This Time It's Different Central Roast of the Podcast. Please welcome to the podium your Roast Master General, Ross.
Hello, folks. Thank you for the applause. Hello, folks. And thanks for having me here on the roast of... what's this called again? Sorry, that's not part of the roast.
Oh,
This time it's different. Yeah. This time it's different. On the roast of this time it's different. Wow, this time it's different. Wow, a podcast called This Time It's Different. When people found out it was called that, about 400 other white male comic duos went, no, it's not different.
Fair. Okay, fair enough. Good
True.
roast.
It is similar. This time it's similar is really
Yeah.
what it should be.
This
Yeah.
time it's more of the same.
Yeah, but seriously, folks, different from what? Today's climate of diversity and inclusion?
Yeah, we deserve that, probably.
Because you're both straight, white, cis males.
yeah. No, we got. Yeah, I
for
understand
sure.
the issue there.
But anyway, you guys are a sketch troupe called Peter and Chris. And I'm glad you found a name that really makes you stand out. Because if the name Peter doesn't grab your attention, maybe the name Chris will.
Not to just, do a rebuttal to every one of your roasts. I don't think that's what roasting
That's
is.
not usually how it goes.
You don't get to rebut.
You got to
No.
wait, I think.
We had a list of sketch troupe names
Uh-huh.
before, one of which was eggs for breakfast. So I think that we chose right by going with our names instead of
I guess in a world where those are the only two options.
yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Anyway, folks, this sketch troupe's not just called Peter and Chris. It's called Peter and Chris, right?
Yeah.
Much like NSYNC. Is that right?
Similar.
Chip and
Okay.
Dale.
And much like NSYNC as well, the talented one must have left the group a long time ago.
No, it's always been just the two of us.
Well, but that's a suspension of disbelief kind
Right.
of.
So this
Right,
is an
yeah.
example.
This is like imagining, so I'm
Yeah.
comparing you to
Yeah.
NSYNC. I don't know how to say it. NSYNC.
In sync.
That was actually the hard part of writing this joke. I don't know how to say that. But much like if we're pretending, well, and I use the phrase "much like," which we use a lot in roasts.
Like a metaphor.
This is cool,
something.
actually. This is kind of a roast / sort of roast masterclass,
Yeah, I like it.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's become that, and I think that's very
which
good.
I have been asking the masterclass people for a while if I could do one, and they haven't got back to me. But
I mean,
so
real talk,
this
that would
is
be such
it,
a good
I guess.
masterclass.
Maybe we could charge a bit of money for this for people to download this podcast. All right, we'll talk about that later. But but yeah, I used this much used roast term, much like.
Yeah, right.
And by that I was saying, much like NSYNC, well, there used to be 4 or 5 members of NSYNC, and the best one sort of broke up the group and
Yeah,
left.
right. Yeah.
So let's imagine there was one of you who was talented, and
Yeah.
he left.
See, this tracked for me as a good
Yeah.
roast joke because he did use the much like. We did.
Right.
He encouraged us to imagine.
Right.
Whereas when you said that he speaks English badly,
Yeah.
it just wasn't even true at all.
Terrible, really.
So
bad.
I should have said something like, "You seem dumb," and then followed it up with, "How long did it take to learn English? Longer than the rest of us?"
Maybe could I workshop it?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
seem much like a dumb person.
Much like.
Oh, much like. That's good, Chris.
Have
Oh.
you spoken English long?
Right, much like a dumb person. Yeah, maybe cut out the "you seem" and just start with "much like a dumb person."
It must have taken you a while to learn English.
Must have taken you a while to learn English.
Right.
Much like a dumb person who's supposed to learn English first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Not like somebody
learning
who
a second
learns
language
it
who's
second. Because
And you know what
actually those people
Yeah,
are
of course.
smarter than
They know
Yeah.
more languages. So.
Yeah. But again, if it gets a bit racist, like then you back it up with, "Hey, that's my thing."
That's with love.
Right. That's with
Right,
love.
Right.
Yeah. With love, if you don't speak English, you're bad. And
Yeah, and
dumb.
you go, seriously, folks, I make fun of all the different people who don't speak English. So don't get mad at me for making fun of one of them.
Yeah, that's true. You make
Because
fun of them all.
I make fun of them all.
Yeah.
Any person who can't speak English, I make fun of.
And that's fine and okay and good.
It's the Ross way.
It evens it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it evens it out. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to pick it up. We'll see if I can't, really knock out a dinger later on when it's our
Right.
turn, Chris,
We'll give it a
to
try.
do the rebuttal.
Sorry. Yeah.
Anyway, folks, Peter and Chris, yeah, they use an N instead of and.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say that the N is for their rating they get in Now magazine.
Is that bad for
Yeah.
Toronto?
one
Okay,
N.
yeah.
You get 1 N.
No.
1 N, yeah.
It's a classic star rating in Toronto.
Right. And just to be clear, I'm from New York, but I do a lot of research when I do these things.
Oh, that's
Very
well
clear,
researched. Very well
I did
researched.
find
Very
this
well researched.
Now magazine.
We really covet the N rating here in Toronto. You want to get 5 of them.
5 N's.
Yeah,
Good.
I'd say
So
it's good.
and then it's just like they just went with they didn't go with stars. Is the thing.
Not
They thought
stars.
they're better
Yeah.
than stars. Let's choose a letter that I don't know. I guess now starts with an N.
Yeah. So that works.
Yeah,
Or is it because much like the comedy scene in Toronto, there are no stars.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
That was good, Peter.
Masterclass.
That was good, Peter.
I'm warming up. I'm wondering if there's a version of roasting where you don't have to put other, like types of people down, but you can just go like that. Like that was just making fun of career and comedians. I didn't have to include,
Right.
racism or whatever.
It's better if you can get some racism in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fair. Good call.
Just more classic.
Yeah, it's more classic roast.
Yeah, it's more widely accepted as a roast. The type of laugh you're going for, I
Yeah.
believe, isn't like the. It's the.
Oh yeah, right.
You want to have an
Yeah.
O
Right.
sound to it.
Very true. Anyway, back to the roast, huh? Well, you guys, all joking aside, you guys were real kings of the Fringe Festival circuit. Yeah, if I ever for some reason need someone to desperately hand out flyers to save my life,
Oh no.
I'm coming to you.
It wasn't a compliment at all.
But seriously, folks, these guys were real stalwarts of the Fringe circuit, which coincidentally is what Chris caught in the bathroom at Edmonton Fringe Festival. Stalwarts.
Pretty good.
It's good because okay.
Are
we'll
we
get into
talking about
this.
everyone? Okay, fine, go for it.
Well, if you can catch it in the bathroom, I guess he's implying like what I took from it was either like some sort of like illicit sexual act or
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
or even like drugs or something. That's what I took from
And
it.
if
It's
I
the
can
sexual act. It's
it's
not
the sexual act.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and
yeah,
if I can like pull back one of the layers on Ross's joke here, getting all masterclassy about it, I noticed that there's an extra layer of burning there. So it's a filthy sexual disease.
the extra burning from the stalwarts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's the sexual disease, but note that Ross implies you got it from a bathroom, like a toilet seat. So not only did you get it, but you also did not get any sex.
Okay, that's one
Either.
interpretation. Yeah, no,
Right.
and I guess
Yeah.
it's anybody's interpretation on the joke. Because if you've laughed, you've laughed.
Yeah,
your
you're-
joke is complete.
You're
I
a
do like that intertilation, though.
I like that too.
Yeah.
But
You're
I'm
And
a
it
just
wasn't
filthy,
from
sexless
It
man.
wasn't from sex, folks. It was from the seat.
I'm just like rushing into the Edmonton Fringe bathrooms, and I'm just blasting my pants down, sitting
Yeah.
down bare ass, not even doing the little, the
Toilet paper
the
thing.
perimeter of toilet paper that is,
Yeah.
the safe thing to do.
Yeah.
We all do
Which,
it.
like, how safe? I think that's kind of like in our minds. We're like, oh, perfect, an impenetrable barrier, thin
well, I mean, there's
paper.
even companies that make them. They pull them out,
Yeah.
and they're right there, and you pull them out, and you put them, and you punch through the paper, and it's just tissue. What's that really doing?
That's what I'm saying. I assume stalwarts would go right through that.
I think stalwarts is typically known, to just penetrate through the finest of tissues.
But maybe, this wasn't even an accident. You were sort of rubbing around on that.
Who knows what I'm getting up into? The Edmonton Fringe Festival.
They say at that festival, anything goes.
And like, there's nothing grosser than an Edmonton Fringe toilet seat. Like, just imagine all these Fringe festivals.
I'll tell you what's grosser than the seat.
What?
The festival.
He's on fire.
Oh man!
The guy's on fire. It's a masterclass.
Sometimes we just riff off our heads. Well, speaking of Chris was actually once a cast member on the Royal Canadian Air Farce.
True.
That's the joke. That's it.
I knew it was coming.
That's the whole roast.
Chris also happened to be a cast member on This Hour Has 22 Minutes. Did you hear about this, folks? Mm-hmm. He was a cast member on This Hour Has 22 Minutes. When he was on the show, actually, they called it This Hour Has 22 Many Minutes.
Implying that he made the entire show garbage.
Yes. Now, when Chris was on that show, he acted with Canadian legend Kathy Jones.
Ooh.
And Kathy Jones actually has recently come out saying that COVID is not contagious. That's true, folks.
Oh, really?
She doesn't believe in COVID, and she says COVID is not contagious. And actually, Chris got along with her pretty well because Chris has always said that laughter isn't actually contagious. He's never seen it happen.
Hey, can we masterclass for a second, Ross?
Yes.
Can you explain something? You did something really cool there with that roast, which was you got Chris really low, like you brought him low. Then you waited for a beat and then followed up. It's almost like a secondary punchline. Is that what you would call that? Where you're like,
we call it a tag.
A tag. He's never had it happen. He's never heard it.
By the way, Chris hasn't had a tag that bad since the skin tag he got in the bathroom of the Edmonton Fringe Festival.
It's another tag. It's a callback tag.
It's a callback.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Callback. That's
So if we were to build on my "you're dumb and didn't learn English" joke, which we've started to repair, we're building layers into it.
We hate it. You can't call back something that's so bad and dumb, but you keep doing it. But
it's not a call. No, it's a masterclass.
To call back a bad joke is a negative. That's a minus callback.
Yeah.
Right. No, but what I was saying is I thought it was like the example, like the kit car. We're pulling into the shop and we're tinkering with it and we're going to fix it into a good roast joke using your tips.
I guess you decided that, but okay.
Yeah. No, go ahead. The shop's
fair
open.
enough. The star joke.
Oh, yeah. The star joke was amazing.
We liked that.
You could have called that back.
Yeah, call that one back.
Like you go back to the ones that are going good.
Right. Anyway, can I just finish this little Chris run?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We got.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Chris, it turns out, was also on Second City. Did you know this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's Royal Canadian Air Force, This Hour Is 22 Minutes, and Second City. Chris, you are the Seabiscuit of not being funny. Triple crown winner. Of course, just kidding, folks. Those are all wonderful institutions that I'd be happy to work for.
See, the compliment, but it's for the institutions, not for Chris.
Well, yeah, you can't go after an institution because you never know what hand is about to feed you.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to bite hands that are feeding. So.
Right. And if I'm being honest, things are not going that well here in New York, and I would love to maybe come and get a job over in Halifax. Hey, Chris, by the way, I hear you do a great Jay Baruchel impression.
Yeah, I think it is good.
What's it like to embody someone funny? I kid. We all know Jay Baruchel's not funny.
It's a double. That's a tag. That was a tag,
what I
think.
was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking that. He's
He might be able to give us a job, too.
Yeah, that's the thing. Then when I do that impression, I do think like he's just sort of like just adjacent to our friend group, that it's not me doing a Jim Carrey impression. Who and anybody, I don't have one, by the way.
Somebody stop me. I'm actually famous for that.
I can tell why.
That's my other thing I do.
Ross, check this out.
Yeah.
Much like some of the impressions that Chris does, he also doesn't have any work in his future. He's unemployable. Tagged it.
Okay.
Met with a lot of silence on that one.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, you took us left and then you went right, but in a bad way.
Oh, Jay Baruchel doesn't get a lot of work?
Yeah, like doesn't get a lot of work.
I mean, I think he works like quite a bit actually.
Yeah, he's in those bank commercials.
And he's got a new sitcom, and the How to Train Your Dragon.
He's got a new sitcom?
Yeah, it's called LOL. It was a show in Australia on Amazon, and they're making it here in York, Canada. He's hosting a show where a bunch of comedians have to go in a room and not laugh. Shouldn't be hard in this country. I mean, your country. I'm in New York. Hey, I read on your guys' bio that you were on College Humor.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Just wondering how you got that.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Oh, it's just a question? Okay, so we
I'd
were
really like to
doing-
know.
Yeah, we did Just for Laughs
Yeah.
the year that we performed, and then some guy from College Humor said there's this grant that you can apply for, so that College Humor will give you money to shoot sketches, and then you'll be on College Humor if you just apply for it. So we applied for it, and they gave us $1,000 to shoot
Yep.
a sketch.
And
We spent $1,500 at least US, probably.
and we were able to piggyback on another set that was doing a game show thing. So our game show thing just came in. That was probably the only way we would have been able to do it at all.
It was a game show sketch.
It's a game show.
Game show sketch. Yeah.
How'd you come up with that?
See, now I like that because it was like, it seemed like a real question, and he was lying in wait. Mm-hmm. You know, lying in wait, kind of like his uncle does outside of elementary schools.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, all right, okay, all right.
Not bad.
Hey! All right.
It's a serious crime. So
Well, seriously, folks. Seriously, folks. If I can get serious, folks.
here we go. This is the love stuff, Chris. He's gonna tell us how good we are.
You guys famously had Pete Holmes on your podcast.
We did.
Yeah, very recently.
Why?
I thought for sure love stuff was coming. He said seriously.
No, but seriously,
Here we go, Chris. Buckle up.
That guy's a good guy, and I talked to him. I talked to Pete Holmes about you guys.
Right, the New York
Oh,
connection,
thank you.
of course.
Yeah, in New York. And he actually said he was really impressed with you guys. He said you guys were really talented
Okay. Did he said that?
at letting him talk for 2 hours.
Oh, okay. There it is.
It was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of an effortlessness to allowing him to go.
We just had to listen.
Yeah.
You know, I hope that episode gets a lot of listens before he's inevitably canceled in the next year. These kind of comedians seem to have a way.
The nice ones. He's not
They
wrong.
find a way.
Yeah, the nice ones, the ones that you don't think, like Jeff Ross. The nice,
Jeff
one
Ross.
of the nice
My
ones.
uncle was really a nice guy.
Yeah, you don't see it coming.
A beautiful man, physically and emotionally.
Walking, talking thumb.
That's a bit mean.
Oh, sorry. No, Chris,
Sorry,
come
it's,
on.
it's your family.
Apologize
it's your
to
family. I'm
Ross
sorry.
there. That
I'm
was a little
sorry,
out of
Ross.
line. Yeah.
I didn't mean to say that your uncle looked and walks like a giant thumb.
I think it's and talks. You said talks, I think. Walking,
And
talking.
talks like one. I think, in my defense, it is his appearance that made me say that,
Yeah, I think that's probably why.
and that's where I was coming from.
Yeah. But
It's
I
sort of shaped like what a thumb would look like, and that's why I'm.
He looks like a man, like an ordinary man.
If a man was a thumb, but
And if I
and I'm sorry.
if I may say, Ross, I think also it was lacking in love. You know, Chris.
There's
when
no
you said
love
that.
in that.
Yeah, there
There's
wasn't
no
love.
love.
True. That was.
It was a quick punch.
There could never
Hate.
ever be any love in calling a man a thumb.
No, watch this. Watch this. Peter, you're a thumb.
Whoa, come on,
No,
man.
didn't come. Didn't no.
That's
no love?
bullshit,
I
dude.
was
That's
trying to
really
do love.
mean.
When we talked about before recording, we were like, we'll do a roast battle thing. It's going to be fun. But I'm just saying, like, I thought we were going to keep it light and appropriate. Like, bald stuff is fine.
Right.
You know, making fun of my figure, diet. Yeah. Just
Stick
not
to
the
the
thumb.
racism, sexism, homophobia.
Yeah,
So
thumb,
sorry.
thumb stuff is a bit
Thumb
far.
And that's
Yeah.
my bad. It's just, it's one of those jokes you've heard before, right? And I thought it would be fine to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where did you hear it? Do you watch a lot of smut films?
It's just one of those like classic jokes. Like if I was to say like, Peter, you look like the melted wax version of Bill Burr.
Now that's funny.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
By the way, there's something I forgot to mention earlier when I was mentioned that Chris was on the Royal Canadian Air Force show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard there was actually a lot of professional jealousy between the two of you when that happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Chris was actually jealous of Peter for not being on Royal Canadian Air Force.
There it is.
Yeah, I mean, when there's one photo on the internet, honestly, I'll put it in the video. It's right here. This photo right here, and if you just want to search it yourself, if you type in Chris Wilson comedian, it's the only photo that shows up. It haunts me for life. It's an Air Force promo pic. If I'm ever doing anybody's show and I'm a guest on it, they think it's so funny to use this picture. Oh man, this photo haunts me and will not go away. So there is such truth in what you just said where, yeah, I wish that Peter was in this stupid blue polo shirt.
I found
he's
it.
in a fucking melted candle version of Blue's Clues.
I found it. It was the first thing that came up.
I know.
You're never going to live that down.
No, it's there forever.
I'm going to figure out how to keep raising
it. The more searchable it is. That's just the image.
Oh, that's
so if you're out there and you're my friend and you're ever thinking of using that photo in anything ever, you think twice or I will come for you.
Kidding aside, you're actually really lucky you come up on Google Images. Ross doesn't really bring up anything.
Let's see what comes up.
I've had a lot of trouble with I keep calling the Google people. They won't put me on there.
Yeah, the most prominent photo that comes up, and when you type in Ross, is a photo of David Schwimmer with a Bob Ross afro.
Exactly.
I like it.
I've been living with that photo for just years, my whole career. And when I do shows, they put that photo up on the poster.
It's mean. It's rude.
Like you with your Air Force thing.
Yeah.
I mean, mine is less embarrassing, but...
Yeah, it is.
Hey, Ross, after all of your uncle's news that came out, I bet you wish your actual uncle was Rick Ross.
So, the hip-hop artist.
Yeah, the American hip-hop artist.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
I mean, I'll be honest, once I built the plane and it started taking off, I was like, this is a roast. And then when it was in the air, I was like, what's wrong with that? And now that comment was just like a little idea.
You know what? Sometimes a roast joke just turns into a nice thought, and we can all just think about it, and that's good too. If Rick Ross were my uncle, maybe I'd be doing hip hop right now instead of roast jokes.
Yeah,
and maybe I'd be on a podcast nobody listens to about hip hop. Turn it back into a roast joke.
Yes.
That's why I'm a pro. Listen, Peter.
Oh no.
I've been roasting Chris a lot, but I got one for you.
Okay.
So I read that your last name is Carlone. Is that right?
Yep.
Right. Kind of like The Godfather, Corleone.
Yep.
And much like The Godfather, I heard that you have an offer that people can't refuse. Because they have to do yes and in the arena of improv.
Yeah, true. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
It's because you improvise. You fuck. That alone is a roast.
In improv comedy, there's something called an offer.
Yeah. No, you can't refuse it.
You usually can't refuse it, or else you're not doing yes and, which is one of the main sort of things of improv.
Hey, that's why Chris loves improv so much, because it's the only time where women can't say no to him.
Wow. That's good.
Hey, all right. I was worried it was in thumb territory. I didn't know.
You know what? You know what you should have said. It's the only time they don't say no to him.
Oh,
cool.
I screwed it up. Yeah.
Wait.
It's more active that way.
Yeah.
The only time they can't say no to them feels like a bit of a.
I know there's an aggression.
We know where that's
There's
going.
an aggression to
There's
that.
an aggression there.
Yeah.
But hey, that's my thing.
Oh, okay.
Right. Okay.
That's
his
cool.
thing.
Hey, it was just a joke.
Right. You're getting it, Peter. You're getting it.
Hey, ghetto, don't be hurt by it. It's just a joke.
Exactly. Yes, you're learning. Well, while we're on the topic of, excuse me, that's very unprofessional of me.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you. While we're on the topic of Peter, hey Peter, so when Chris moved to Toronto,
Yeah.
you stayed in Vancouver, is that right?
Yeah.
What's the matter? Were you afraid of the pitfalls of being slightly less irrelevant?
I mean, I know it's a roast joke, but I kind of want to answer it. Do you know what I mean? And sort of defend myself a bit.
Yeah, funny.
But I feel like
would actually be helpful if you answered, because I have about one joke left, and so let's just stretch this out.
Slightly less irrelevant is so funny.
And you know, and it's a thing that I did 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go, why? Why did I? But
You're not the only one asking why.
yeah,
The whole city's been asking that for 8 years.
why is this guy here?
Yeah, I think Chris moved away to Toronto to pursue a better life. All I did was find an apartment with a dishwasher, and I'm doing much better. Because Chris, okay, to give you context, Ross, Chris, like, I mean, you're looking at the quality of the room he's in now. I mean, you know, it's not like, I mean, how
Sort of
good did it go?
Dungeon kind of.
Well, I've got
that looks like the kind of a room where that a guy who's happy that women cannot say no to him at improv lives.
In his defense, it's a basement. He does have nice rooms above, but it doesn't help that much with the look.
Of Eric. I'm actually cold right now.
Oh,
so
yeah. I forgot about your fridge house.
That in your face.
Got that fridge house.
Beautiful air conditioning.
Okay, that's true. But you don't have a dishwasher, you know, so fuck you.
Okay, guys, this is the kind of joke that got my will probably get me canceled, but I'm just gonna say it.
Holy shit, we're ending on a real spicy one. Okay, all right.
When Peter says he got a dishwasher, he means he means his wife.
Hey, that's just your thing.
It's your thing.
I don't mean it. I love all women. I love women.
And they don't.
I believe women are strong and can do whatever they want. I love them.
Yes.
And it's with love. I love your wife. That's actually why I'm here today, Peter.
Yeah. This has been a
I'm
long
in love
walk.
with your wife.
Ross, the floor is yours. Julie, can you bring Julie in? Is she in the house?
Julie?
I think she's asleep. It's too hot.
Hey, Chris's favorite women are asleep.
It's his thing.
It's his thing. It's
his
just
thing.
a joke. Relax, everybody.
Sounds like it's more your thing.
The guy's on fire.
Oh.
I have one last roast joke for you guys.
Yes.
All right.
Probably my best one.
Save the best for last. We're ready,
Which is
Ross.
another thing. Save the best for last. Exactly what I was going to say. So you guys are from BC, I heard. Is that right?
Yep.
Right. You guys are from BC. And that would explain why your comedy smells like it doesn't wear deodorant.
It stinks.
It's stinky comedy.
The comedy stinks.
We stink.
Exactly.
That was a home run.
Exactly.
Right at the end, that's a home run.
And it also insults the people of BC, which is a good sort of when you can insult two
They're a dirty people.
Yeah, it's
hippies.
It's a dirty place filled with dirty people, and we deserve to be taken down a couple notches. I think.
Yeah,
I think
right.
it's a reality check time.
Yeah.
They say Vancouver's a place where they go, you can snowboard in the morning and you can kayak at night. Nowhere in that slogan does it say and put on deodorant in the
Or
Right.
shower.
Or what the hell do you do for the rest of the day?
Not bathe.
Go to mommy yoga. I'm kind of becoming Bill Maher now. New rule. Vancouver can go to hell.
And then you look around at your panel to see if they're laughing.
Exactly.
All right, well, Ross, it has been an absolute honor to have you on here roasting. This time is different in celebration of our 33 episodes. We've made it. Number 33, the big 3-3.
Yeah. I feel
think,
roasted.
Yeah.
I feel cooked. I know Peter.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
There's one more thing I have to do.
Okay.
The end of the roast.
the compliment part, Chris. He's going to tell us
right.
the compliments.
Yeah.
But seriously, guys, you guys are really great. You've been doing wonderful work for countless years. And I personally am just really moved to be here. This is a wonderful podcast. I'm a huge fan, especially the Pete Holmes episode. And this is just truly one of the highlights of my life. Thank you very much for having me, and God bless America.
Ross,
everybody.
Highlight of his life.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You know, I thought he did a good job for a guy who just learned English because he was too dumb to learn it when he was a kid.
It's just not, everybody knows it's not true.
Is it not working? I thought maybe I got it.
There needs to be some kind of kernel of truth to the joke.
Yeah.
I was going for a huge laugh from both of you. End of the episode. I thought that was going to be a real home run.
But you're supposed to let me go out on my emotional high.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
This time, it's different. With Peter and Chris. This time, it's different.
We always end our podcast doing a production company's slogan, like at the end of the show that you've just watched, like an absolutely. But we like to just try and, make one up.
All right, so the production company, here's a production company for this episode. Boing, my spring.
Okay. Don't know, it didn't have much to do with the episode.
Is that a new rule with the game that it has to be related?
Watch this. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
What? It's my thing.
That's great.
Yeah, it's related to the episode. I guess it should be related to the episode.
How about this? Ouch, that hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
This podcast has been brought to you by the Sonar Network.
Sonar!
Oops, drop the podcast.
What if people liked and also subscribed?
I think we're just down here to kill time.